Hello, and welcome to European Daily News. I'm Alex Grant, here to bring you the top stories from November 13th. Let's dive into today's updates across the EU and Ukraine. Political deadlock is delaying the approval of new EU commissioners, leading European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen to intervene in talks between the major political groups. The impasse, primarily between the center-right European People's Party and the left-leaning Socialists and Democrats, has stalled the process, with formal letters of evaluation expected on November 21 and a full vote likely the following week. Meanwhile, French farmers are protesting against the proposed EU-Mercosur free trade agreement, voicing concerns over potential negative impacts on European agriculture. Demonstrations began earlier this week and continue across France, with similar protests held in Belgium. In another development, the European Commission has yet to receive official notification of the recent legal amendments to Hungary's public interest asset management foundations. While Hungary claims the changes meet EU standards, the Commission has yet to assess compliance, as it hasn't received the amended text. In a legal victory for Vodafone, the EU's General Court has dismissed a challenge from Deutsche Telekom regarding Vodafone's acquisition of certain Liberty Global assets in Germany and Eastern Europe. The EU $22 billion deal, initially announced in 2018, allows Vodafone to expand its cable network presence and challenge former monopolies like Deutsche Telekom. At COP29, Azerbaijan President Ilham Aliyev criticized France and the Netherlands for their overseas territories, linking climate change to neo-colonialism and expressing solidarity with small island nations. France's climate minister condemned Aliyev's remarks, calling them unacceptable, and announced she would not participate in the Azerbaijan-hosted event. Finally, new EU data shows that 11.8% of products in the bloc were made from recycled materials in 2023, marking a slight increase from 2022. In Hungary, recycled content rose from 4.9% to 5.9%, representing the highest year-over-year growth so far. The Ukraine conflict. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken met with NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte in Brussels, pledging continued U.S. support for Ukraine in the months remaining before President Trump's inauguration in January. Reports indicate that Trump plans to appoint a special envoy to lead peace talks for a resolution in Ukraine, reviving a role that existed during his first administration. The appointee, described as highly trustworthy, has yet to be publicly identified. Internal tensions appear to be mounting in Ukraine, with President Volodymyr Zelensky facing increasing pressure. Reports suggest that if elections were held now, Zelensky might struggle to hold his position, especially if former commander Valery Zaluzhnev were to run against him. In economic news from Russia, the central bank reported a current account surplus of $58.01 billion from January to October 2024, up from $44.02 billion in the same period last year. The positive balance strengthens Russia's currency reserves and reflects an influx of foreign capital into the economy. That wraps up today's updates on European Daily News. I'm Alex Grant. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow for more insights from across Europe and the world.